All right, guys, I'm excited to start working on these SQL queries. And so from here on out, we're going to be writing some SQL code. And so for starters, we need a place to write. So we'll be in Google BigQuery. And the way that we create a new query is just right here. We'll go ahead and do that. And now you can also, if you are in a specific table and you want to just kind of have some boilerplate code loaded in, if you press query right here, it will actually load in just kind of a template for you. Now we don't want that, but for future reference, that's how that works. Additionally, SQL, like any coding language, supports comments. And so the way that you start a comment is you just do hyphen hyphen like this, and then you're able to type in just like that. Let's see, so I can get a good size. And so what we do here is just have this comment and then we're good to go. However, let's say you're typing something that already isn't a comment. The way that you comment something is you highlight the whole thing or just have your cursor on that same line and then press Command on Mac slash, and I believe on Windows it's just Control slash. It's just the same thing. You can also do that same thing with, let's say, here, let me just uncomment this really fast, and let's say you have a big block of code that you want to do the whole thing for and you want to comment it. You just highlight the whole thing, Command slash, and then you're good to go. And then we'll go ahead and delete that. What I usually like to do at the top of my SQL query tabs, I just like to put a quick title. And so for this one, we'll do SQL select because that's what we're going to be messing with here. And so yes, so first of all, we'll go ahead and type it like this. This is our select statement. Like I said in the past video, this is the only required thing in a SQL statement. Everything else isn't necessary. And so first of all, let's just do something really, really simple here. We'll just type in 8 and then we can press run and then it runs just like that. A pro tip here, and we'll talk about this later on, is if we want, we can alias something. If we do as and then type in number here, run that again, there we go. It's got a title now. And if we take that off and then run it just like this, we have just kind of the random generated title. And you'll notice I actually didn't press run right here. Here, I'll do it again. And it just ran. What I did is I pressed Command Enter or Control Enter, I believe is what it is on Windows. And then you should be good to go. And so let's add some more columns here. So I like to, whenever I'm writing a statement and that has things that are like more than kind of just a few characters like it is up here, I like to press enter and then do tab just so I can give myself a little bit more easier time when I'm going back and reading it. But if you wanted to, you could just keep typing up here with each of your columns that you would like to include. But this is just something that I like to do. Additionally, something that's kind of specific to me is I like to capitalize my SQL commands. You don't have to do that. So if you're more into reading up lowercase, you totally can. If you want some commands to be in lowercase and some to be in uppercase, you can do that as well. My personal preference is just because whenever I learned SQL, I learned it like this just because that's how it was kind of back in the old days, is it had to be uppercase. But nowadays you don't have to have that, so feel free to type however you want. So anyways, if we want another type of column, let's do addition here. So if we do 8 plus, let's do 3. We don't have to alias it, but we can if we want to. And so we can do addition here. There we go, we'll run that, and there we go, we got addition now. Something else we can also do is subtraction. So if we do 9 minus 7, we'll do that. Oops. We can also do subtraction. We can even do multiplication, 8 times 8. And then I'll just do some shorthand here now so I don't have to type out the whole word. Multiplication, we got also division, 10. Let's do divided by what, 2? Oops, we don't want that to be all uppercase. There we go, we got division. We can even do some more complex operations here. So if we do 10 and then we do some parentheses right here, and we'll do minus 9 or times 9 minus 7. We run that. Ooh, I think we got an error actually. And so additionally, we can also return strings. And so I'll just type in, my name is Christian here. Oh man. And then we'll just alias that one as name. There we go. And so you can kind of see the select statement is pretty versatile. You can return pretty much anything, even without specifying a table. If we do want to specify a table, and we'll touch more on this in the next couple of videos when we start talking about the from statement, we can just come here, and then we can say Christian Metabase Chinook, and let's say album, for example. So let's just select the whole album like that. Then this is what's in the album table. Pretty neat, huh? And so we can use the select statement to specify what fields we want. So, you know, we don't really get a whole lot of information from the album ID and the artist ID. So let's just go ahead and select the title in here. Whoops. And you'll notice that I'm just highlighting this specific query when I'm running it, because if I don't, it will still run actually. Only if we have this semicolon after this query, because this specifies, hey, this is the end of this query, semicolon, and then here's a new one. So if we run all of them all at the same time, it's going to work, no problem. We can come down here and it shows, hey, you have two different queries. This is what the first one looks like. This is what that second one looks like. And here are the results. There we go. And it will show you more information like when it ran, how long it took, things like that. But a lot of the time I'll just highlight just the one that I want, so I don't have to deal with finding the one that I want and then clicking on it and everything. And so that's how the select statement works. It's very, very powerful. We can even combine things like that if we. So let's say we want to combine a regular select statement, selecting from here, also with a some math. So if we do that, and then you can see I ran everything at the same time, we can view the results, and each one says 16. So kind of interesting, and you can even do math with some of the columns here. And so, for example, if we come into the track, we'll want to change this because that one actually doesn't have a title field. So if we change this to track right here, then we come here, view the results. What I'll actually do, so we don't have to keep selecting just the one we want, is comment that out. And so we can see here, we can look at the results. Okay, what if we do milliseconds right here? And so if we want to add something to that, let's say for whatever reason we want to change milliseconds, we'll just do milliseconds plus 1. So what this query is going to return is it's going to return the original column, then it will return the original column plus 1, and then we can alias this as new column. So when we run that, it will get us milliseconds, and if you look, milliseconds plus 1, and each one is just different because we added 1. If we wanted to get crazy with it, we could even do multiplication, and so we can do whatever we want in the select statement when it comes to math and returning things. So it's very, very versatile, very, very useful, and we'll be doing a lot with the select statement. And this is the from statement right here. We'll touch on that in the very next video. I'll see you guys there.